Hi. Yo, let me say something, right? Because I am very good at ignoring things that I don't want to give attention. And I could go a lot deeper than that. Let me just say, anything one gives attention is a form of celebrating, right? Because be it negative or positive, if you are focusing or verbalizing something, even if only for a moment, that means, in a sense, you're celebrating it. Let's see what the definition of celebrating means. And I'm all but certain I'm right. But let's see. I don't text fast. Acknowledge with a social gathering or enjoyable activity. Let's just take the first piece of that definition. Acknowledge with a social gathering. So, by me discussing anything socially could also be with your family. It could be with whomever you'd like. 2 or more people in total, including yourself. So literally, one other person is a social gathering, right? Keep that in mind. Now, anything you give attention by having a conversation with, even if only one other person, is a social gathering, firstly. Secondly, it's acknowledgement. Now, I don't know why some choose to acknowledge things they dislike or don't care for even. I don't like to celebrate. You know, I was saying in a class recently, isn't it funny when one celebrates, they use substances? And when one mourns, when one is coping with whatever situation, they use that same substance. Let that resonate for a second. Think of the times when you graduated school, everything except having a child. And even in cases of having a child, you may not be indulging, engaging. You may not, but the people around you may. So I ask again, let's think about the people. Let's think about the scenarios where substances are involved. Celebratory occasions such as bringing a new life into the world, a birthday, a graduation, a marriage. And then let's think about the times we use substances on the flip side. An anniversary of someone's expiration, right? Mourning something, being sad about something. The substance is used to change those feelings, to cope, or to get through those feelings. Now, and this I could have a whole nother conversation about, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I will say, if one uses substances to cope, right? A bad breakup, something sad, something that causes a sad emotion within and motivates one to use substances, right? the next sad emotion one feels, are they going to go to that substance, or is it only certain sad situations but not all? And if it's the latter, how long does one expect for the use of that substance to not take over? In other words, how long does one expect to only use the substance when they're sad about A, and when B keeps happening, they're not going to do it? How long does one expect that to happen? Going back to my original point in closing, there are certain people, places, and things I rather not discuss, because that is the old part of me. We should all be changing, and that was one of the reasons I had to sever ties with friends and family, because if you're still doing the same, if you still telling the same lies, there's a disconnect. And a few videos ago, I for sure said what we need not do when there's a disconnect between us and anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. This is about you. Because when you work on you, when you make you better, everything around you changes. But if you try to cut corners and be one way sometimes only, but any other time you're another way, or when you're doing whatever for whatever reason, that means you're using the excuse, oh, well, it's okay that I'm doing this because I'm mad, or I'm feeling whatever emotion for the moment, so you have to ignore that. No. No. Now, of course, I can continue to go very deep, but for the sake of this very succinct video, I'll just say there are certain people, places, and things that are behind me. I don't look behind me. I'm going onward and upward, and I'm taking my tribe with me. So, how can I say this? Right now, we are in a society where people are using the excuse of feeling sad or mad to behave abnormally, to commit deviant behaviors, to partake in acts of a mentally ill individual who's not medicated. Because the reality is, everybody has a touch of mental illness in some way or another. So mental illness shouldn't even have the stigma it has, but I digress. My concern lies when it's someone who's in denial about their diagnosis and is not medicated as a result. Because I see symptoms long before anyone else. That was also a disconnect between myself and everyone around me, with the exception of 2 individuals ever. I'm always thinking about the grand scheme of things. I'm always looking at things from a perspective that benefits everyone. I've always been that way, because I've always been itching for a friend. I've always been wanting someone to hear me, to support me. This song I've been singing for over 30 years. So this is nothing new to me. The behaviors that I'm hearing, I'm seeing, I'm learning of people, places, and things that I thought I knew, or I knew, isn't new to me. So why would I entertain something like that when I have so much good going on. And that's what I had to stress to my celebrity family, my public figure family. You have so much going on. You are doing so well. I love this song. Anyway, you have so much good going on. You have so many people admiring you. Don't believe the hype if someone says to you they don't like you or calls you some other childish name or say you're something that you know in your soul you are not. Why would you let that bother you? For real. A lot of y'all are millionaires, thousandaires, married with children. You have some people like me, that are there and are supporting you. When you F up, when you do well, all that. Focus on that. Don't focus on the few that can't keep up with you and are mad at you because they can't keep up. They're mad at you because you're willing to put in way more work. You know, for a long time, I dealt with the kind of people that didn't believe in what I believed in because they couldn't see it. And this is what happened when I first came on this platform. Because my views were lower than a popular person, let's say, because no one was commenting, they foolishly thought no one was watching. Now, if you pay close attention and listen to these celebrities, listen to these movies, these television shows, you will hear remnants of me. But I'm dealing with people that can't see the bigger picture, or I was dealing with people that couldn't see the bigger picture and didn't believe what wasn't right in their face unless someone dinged them in the head with some other form of proof. Now here we are all these years later. My voice is extending all over the world. Why would I focus on my past again? That's what y'all need to say to yourselves. Kings, queens, celebrities, public figures. If you're, regardless of your sex, who you are as a person. Because you're bigger than being a celebrity, right? However, let me just say this. The last video I put up, I was talking about like how basically, damn, what did I say? I can't think because I love this song so much. In my last video, I was talking about how revenge is for the birds. I still stand by that, even though that was said close to a year ago. I still agree with that. But there is a difference between revenge and justice. So, let's look that word up too. This is also how my vocabulary enhanced. I've always been on another level. This dictionary app and definitions coming to my phone and all that, that's been happening for years. Just behavior. In short, equality, right? So, right now, in the society we are in, everything is on camera. no matter who you are or where you go. Don't foolishly think otherwise now. Like when I tried to say other things and no one believed it, but here we are. Don't do that again. Don't make the same mistake twice. God protects babies and fools. You know why? Because a fool doesn't know. The moment you know, you're no longer a fool and thus are no longer protected. So let me say again, don't be foolish and not follow this train. You have no reason not to listen to the message you are getting, regardless of the person. That's what's wrong with society also. But let me say, equality is what every human being on earth deserves. No one deserves to be lied to. No one deserves to be lied on. And everything that goes with that, right? So by you being lied on, something may happen at your job or your school because a lie is told, right? That is not supposed to happen to you. The angels will handle it, of course. There's always something bigger than us, right? We can't see when, can we? But we know it's there, right? So why on earth would we not believe there's something bigger than us? This is what I mean with the disconnect, but let me digress. So when things like that happen, in the society we are in, with everything being televised and no one being able to concretely trust the next person, you have to find innovative ways to seek justice. There's the legal system, right? Little lawsuit. There are other means to seek justice. Now, justice is about equality. If you have to respond to something, justice is not revenge where heinous and deviant acts are committed to get back at someone. They're completely different. That's all I want to say right now. You know, I'll be back when the spirit touches me again. But stay tuned. It's a lot going on. You know, just because I don't say doesn't mean I don't see. But I gave people, places, and things over 1 year. This could probably be, this will be something that, so to the networks that are watching me, let's talk. I have some things that will certainly make you some money. Love y'all.